Welcome back, guys. So today I got a real quick one for you. I wanted to see if we can use an original Nintendo 64 controller on the Nintendo Switch to play the Nintendo 64 stuff that they put on the Switch Online expansion pack, right? So obviously we can't just plug this thing in. It doesn't have a USB port and it's not wireless. So what I wanted to use was this thing, the Hyperkin Controller Adapter for Nintendo 64 controllers compatible with the Switch. I bought this thing a while ago and I kind of forgot about it, and then I recently stumbled across it again. I think originally I wanted to test this with the Mario 3D All-Stars, but just never got around to it. Now that I'm reminded of the product, it's like, hey, let's go ahead and open it up and try it, right? So this thing's like, I think it's around $15, 12 to 15 bucks. And that's it. It can be used on PC as well. So let's take a look, just like a live test here. Not planned. I don't know if it works or not. I mean, it's made for the Switch, but you just never know with any of these products out there what the actual level of compatibility is going to be. And I don't want you guys wasting your money on something that you might think works and it doesn't, that kind of thing. So that's what I wanted to take a look at. I seen another one, I think from Mayflash, that has a home button on the dongle, on the little dongy action. And this one does not. It just has a switch for PC or Switch and then USB on one end. A little pamphlet, a brochure for the instructions. I think there's actually a couple things you need to know. Remapping your buttons. You can enable alternate button layouts by holding either the L button, R button, L button, and R button, or the C up, C down, C right, or C left as you insert your adapter into a USB port on the dock. If you do not hold down any of the buttons, you'll have the default layout. Does it show the layouts? What's the fucking point of telling you that there's other layouts, but then they don't tell you what the hell the layout is? What? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, there's nothing on here to even tell me what the layouts are. I'm gonna have to look it up, see if there's anything in particular here, but we'll try it with the default layout. Like, what the hell is... Oh, we have alternate button mappings. Like, you can hold a button, figure that shit out on your own. We're not gonna tell you what it does. Come on. What the hell's wrong with these people? All right, plug it in. This is my purple grape, whatever. I don't know. This one's kind of in a little bit of rough shape, but has that kitsch-bent replacement parts for the stick, but overall it's 99.9% original. Nothing as far as electronic components or anything else really has been changed. So we'll plug that in, and okay, D-pad works instantly. Analog works. You know what? We can just go to the system settings. A button works. Go to controllers and test the input device. So let's test the buttons. See, D-pad. D-pad registers just fine. Start button is plus. L is ZR. R. What is the Z button? L. Huh. A, B. And none of this is registering as any buttons whatsoever. That's... Okay. Okay, so the C buttons are actually registering as if it was the right analog stick for the C buttons, which that's fine, but... Okay, the A and B button works, but this down here, what was the Z button registered as? The L button. LR. Okay. I was just trying to figure out which button. I didn't remember which button does that, because that's all I'm really missing here. So the Z button, I need to remap, if I can, to the ZL. So we're going to find that out right now. If we can remap. If we can't remap, then there's really not a big point here. Cannot remap. Let me go ahead and try the alternate button mappings. That didn't do anything. I've went through and tried all the different, hold this button down, hold that button down, but none of them are doing anything. It says when you plug in this thing to hold the button down while you're plugging it in, and then it'll change the mapping. Oh, it did this time. Okay. Maybe some of them just aren't gonna, like, actually do anything. That started getting a little closer to, like, what other controllers register as. A, B, X, Y. And then these are, like, D-pad up. Okay, I'm gonna try a couple more. I've went through and tried all the different button remappings that actually changed something, because some of them it just didn't change anything. Maybe it did, but it wasn't noticeable by just the buttons. But there is no configuration with this adapter that makes sense that will make it work well with the N64 online stuff. So this adapter is kind of a pass, in my opinion. I mean, it almost works, but I also don't know if they could do firmware updates on this thing or not. Hopefully they can. If Hyperkin can do like a firmware update on this to map this to where it's like, boom, it works perfect for the Nintendo 64 stuff, I think people would really dig it to use an actual Nintendo 64 controller. If you already have one, or you could find one on the cheap, that would be kind of cool. I mean, it's the original. Why not? But as it stands, I cannot recommend this adapter. So there you go. It just doesn't work for the purpose that I tested today. It's workable, but just not quite there. You're going to be missing some buttons because you cannot remap anything within the app itself, and within the Switch settings. You cannot remap this because it's not recognized as a Pro controller with this adapter. So we're going to have more tests coming up, testing different controllers and stuff like that. With like other consoles, like the actual wireless Nintendo 64 controllers that were released on this. I want to do what I can to see if I can get those to work on original hardware and other systems, so we will be following up with stuff like that. But stay tuned. Just wanted to do this one so you guys can not waste your money, or waste it if you so choose. Appreciate you guys hanging. Catch you on the next one. Big ass blurry thumb butt. Bye.